What if I told you that a kid from a working-class family in Stevenage would become the most successful British driver in Formula One history? What if I told you that he'd break barriers that seemed impossible to break and change the very culture of the sport forever? This is the story of Lewis Hamilton, F1's ultimate game changer. Lewis Hamilton isn't just a 7-time world champion. He's a cultural icon who transformed Formula One from an elite gentleman's club into a global spectacle that speaks to everyone. From his humble beginnings to his record-breaking achievements, Hamilton has rewritten what it means to be an F1 driver. But how did he do it? And why does his impact extend far beyond the racetrack? Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton was born on January 7, 1985 in Stevenage, Hertfordshire. His father, Anthony, worked multiple jobs as an IT contractor, putting up scaffolding, even working as a decorator, all to fund his son's racing dream. This wasn't the typical path into Formula One, where most drivers come from wealthy families with racing pedigrees. At age 8, Lewis got his first go-kart as a Christmas present. Within 2 years, he was dominating the British karting scene, winning the British Cadet Karting Championship. But here's where the Hamilton story gets interesting. At a McLaren autograph session in 1995, 10-year-old Lewis boldly told McLaren boss Ron Dennis, "Hi, I'm Lewis Hamilton. I won the British Championship, and one day, I want to race for you." Dennis was so impressed that he gave Lewis his business card and said, "Phone me in 9 years and I'll sort you a deal." That confidence, that self-belief, it would become Hamilton's trademark. While other young drivers were being groomed in the traditional system, Lewis was blazing his own trail, supported by a father who sacrificed everything for his son's dream. True to his word, Dennis signed Hamilton to McLaren's Young Driver program in 1998. Lewis progressed through Formula Renault, F3, and GP2, winning titles at every level. But it wasn't just his speed that caught attention, it was his racecraft, his ability to overtake, and his mental strength under pressure. In 2007, McLaren took an unprecedented gamble, promoting Hamilton directly from GP2 to their F1 team alongside double world champion Fernando Alonso. Most rookies are given backmarker cars to learn the ropes. Hamilton was thrown straight into title contention. The gamble paid off spectacularly. Hamilton finished third in his debut race in Australia, then second in Malaysia. By his third race in Bahrain, he was leading from pole position. The F1 world was stunned. Who was this rookie matching Fernando Alonso, one of the sport's biggest stars? Hamilton's rookie season was extraordinary. 9 podiums, 4 wins, and he missed the championship by just 1 point. He had announced himself as a generational talent, but more importantly, he had shown that F1's traditional barriers could be broken. 2008 delivered Hamilton's first world championship in the most dramatic fashion possible. Going into the final race in Brazil, he needed to finish 5th or better. With 5 corners to go, he was 6th, 1 position short of the title. Then, Timo Glock's car slowed on worn tires. Hamilton passed him and became world champion with literally seconds to spare. The image of Anthony Hamilton in tears watching his son achieve their shared dream became one of F1's most emotional moments. This wasn't just another championship. This was validation that talent and determination could overcome traditional barriers. After 6 years at McLaren, Hamilton made a career-defining move to Mercedes in 2013. Many questioned the decision. Mercedes hadn't won a race in decades, but Hamilton saw the bigger picture. The sport was entering a new era with hybrid engines, and Mercedes was best positioned to dominate. His instinct was perfect. From 2014 to 2020, Hamilton won 6 championships with Mercedes, establishing himself alongside legends like Michael Schumacher and Juan Manuel Fangio. But Hamilton's impact transcended just winning races. Hamilton didn't just change how F1 drivers could look. He changed how they could behave, what they could stand for, and who they could inspire. In a sport known for its conservative traditions, Hamilton brought style, personality, and most importantly, a platform for social change. He was the first black driver to win an F1 race, the first black world champion, and he used that platform responsibly. When Black Lives Matter protests erupted globally in 2020, Hamilton didn't stay silent. He took a knee before races, wore Black Lives Matter t-shirts, and pushed F1 to examine its own diversity issues. His influence extended beyond racing. Hamilton became a fashion icon, attending Met Galas and Paris Fashion Weeks. He collaborated with musicians, launched his own clothing lines, and became F1's first truly global celebrity since Ayrton Senna. He proved that F1 drivers could be multifaceted, that they didn't have to fit into a single box. And most importantly, Hamilton inspired a generation of diverse fans who never saw themselves represented in F1 before. Suddenly, kids from all backgrounds could look at the sport's biggest star and think, that could be me. But let's not forget, Hamilton backs up his cultural impact with pure racing excellence. His statistics are staggering. 103 race wins, 104 pole positions, and 7 world championships. He holds records for most wins, most poles, most podiums, and most points in F1 history. What makes Hamilton special isn't just speed, it's his racecraft. His wet weather driving is legendary, from his breakthrough win at the 2008 British Grand Prix to his masterclass at the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix. He has an innate ability to find grip where others can't, to make overtakes that seem impossible. Hamilton's wheel-to-wheel racing is poetry in motion. His battles with Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, and other champions have produced some of F1's greatest moments. The 2021 season finale at Abu Dhabi, where he lost the championship on the final lap to Verstappen, showed both his excellence and his grace in defeat. His longevity is remarkable too. At 40, Hamilton is still competitive at the highest level, still hungry for more success. In 2025, he made another bold career move, joining Ferrari, the sport's most famous team. Hamilton's move to Ferrari represents the final chapter of his incredible career. Driving for the Scuderia has always been the dream for many drivers, and Hamilton gets to fulfill that dream while chasing a record-breaking 8th world championship. But Hamilton's legacy is already secure. He transformed F1 from a sport for the elite into something more inclusive and globally relevant. He showed that success in F1 doesn't require conforming to traditional expectations. You can be yourself, stand for something, and still be the best in the world. The Hamilton effect is visible everywhere in modern F1. The sport actively promotes diversity through his Hamilton Commission recommendations. Drivers are more willing to speak out on social issues. The fan base is younger, more diverse, and more engaged than ever before. Teams now scout talent from broader backgrounds. The sport invests in grassroots programs to find the next generation of diverse talent. F1 races in new markets, attracts different sponsors, and tells stories that resonate beyond traditional motorsport audiences. Lewis Hamilton didn't just master Formula One, he revolutionized it. He proved that greatness comes in many forms, that champions can be activists, that barriers exist to be broken. From that 10-year-old kid confidently approaching Ron Dennis to a 7-time world champion still chasing perfection at Ferrari, Hamilton's journey embodies the power of belief, hard work, and staying true to yourself. He truly is F1's greatest game changer, and his story isn't over yet. Now, what do you think makes Hamilton so special? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more F1 content. Until next time, keep racing.